Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ashish Chaturvedi, and I'm the Vice President of Global Sales at Increff. And like the lady mentioned, we have a power-packed, panel here to discuss important aspects of merchandising. Initially, we were supposed to have 40 minutes, but we'll make do with 30. So let's hear the introduction of each of these members from the panel sitting here. And then we take up this conversation where we talk in detail about how does merchandising happen for each of these, gentlemen sitting here. Let's go with you, Manish.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. I'm Manish Bhushan. I head e-com business for Buckaroo, and I'm also a growth consultant. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sandiip Kothaari. I represent Shri Muktai Mart Private Limited in the capacity of CEO and CTO. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vinod Kapote. I manage technology at Trent.
Hi. Good afternoon. Myself, Prashant Prakash. I am Group CTO and CISO for the Reid and Taylor International Private Limited.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rohit. I'm representing Bear House today. We are a menswear fashion brand. So I work here as a brand head.
Amazing to get introduced to all of you. I know we have a fantastic panel that is, an eclectic mix of large retail, category brands, menswear, right? E-commerce and technology, and Dr. Saab with us, who's starting business in Baramati. So we have regions and levels of brands all covered here. Now, what I have done is I have divided this whole conversation into multiple segments, right? The first segment that I'm going to cover is discussing where does merchandising intelligence sit today, right? My first question is to Vinod. First of all, congratulations on your elevation last year and this year. You were head of IT and now you're CIO, so that deserves its own congratulations. So at Trent, right, and the scale at which you operate, we were talking about both your brands. There's one which is completely offline. You've decided not to take it online. There's another one which is omni in true sense of the word. So where does this challenge of managing a completely offline versus an omni-channel brand come for you, right? And where does this intelligence in your decision-making sit? With planners, with buyers, or is it like your enterprise systems that own all of that data intelligence, and how do you use it?
So, as you rightly said, Westside, which is our mid-premium fashion apparel business, focuses on omni-channel proposition to our customers, where we are present offline as well as online both. Yeah. And Zudio, which is the value format that we run, focuses only on offline business. To answer your question, it is actually not the enterprise systems that holds the intelligence, frankly. It starts with the fact that the planners have to plan it right. And also beyond that, there are multiple signals and multiple inputs that they are required, and that technology is actually enabling them to do that. One small way or a small example that I can talk about here is the fact that let's say take Westside. Westside is a true omni-channel kind of a format where there is no separate inventory for e-commerce or online sales that we do. So the only way for us to understand what is the available inventory in the warehouses or in the stores is to basically know the correct, basically get the correct input and plan as per that. So whoever is asking for inventory first, whether it is my customer from an offline store asking for it or whether it is a customer from an online store asking for it, the inventory will be allocated to that customer, obviously through multiple intelligent layers of checks that happens, and eventually that's how the entire movement will happen. The job of the planner becomes far more important here. The job of the merchandiser, as we call it, becomes far more important here, because if the calculation of, let's say, for example, how the rate of sale at the start of the season that we are planning, or at the start of the launch that we are planning, we launch, by the way, every Thursday. And as you all know, fashion apparel is a business of presenting your point of view to your customer and eventually hoping and that it will work with the customer. So how understanding these trends and understanding not just the trends but also converting into an actionable item and intelligent outcomes is what the systems and technologies are actually doing. And that's how we overall look at the overall picture and take a call basis that.
Amazing. I think Reid and Taylor gentleman wants to say something about this. Please add.
Yeah, sure. As Vinod rightly mentioned, that it is not the entire game of the systems or the enterprise systems. Human intervention is playing a very vital role because many of the times demography of India has very different type of demand over the products. So if I just say that we apply only systems, then the demographical thing cannot be managed with that. So a role of a proper planner plays very vital role in this.
Right. And coming to Dr. Sandeep, Dr. Sandeep sits at a very interesting mix of heading both technology as well as business in his company. So I'd like to hear from him what that mix of being both the technology and the decision maker look like, and when he transitioned from this technology to the dual leadership mix, what is it that he's learned, and share some of those insights with us.
Thank you, Ashish. So, this is my first opportunity for getting into technology and into our business role. So, I was there in technology, when we talk of merchandise, so we're not much bothered about how are they planning. Of course, technology plays a role. We're not directly involved in it. So, after the transition, so when we buy our merchandise, say it's a men's apparel. Now this guy buys in sets. So when I was a CTO, I was not much aware of what is the meaning of sets. We come from modern retail, while I had worked into retail from 2008. But for that terminology, for me, it was quite different. Right. So then after transition, when we got into the CEO role, then we deep dive into it and said, what is the set? Show me the set. Yeah. So then they said, sir, it starts from XS, small, medium, large, and then stuff till double XL. Right. So that is where we found out that यार साला ये तो जो नहीं बिकता है, that's your dead inventory.
क्योंकि वो सेट में है, आपको खरीदना है.
सेट में खरीदना है. So I spoke to our buying and merchandising team. बोला ये क्या होता है यार साला यार, then every second day my inventory is increasing. तो बोलते हैं सर ये तो यही लेना पड़ता है. There is assortment भी नहीं मिलता है जैसे आपको चाहिए वैसा. You have to buy the colors what they produce, not that what you want, or you means my customer wants. Right. So then we start negotiating with our suppliers and manufacturers that boss, if you want to give a set, but whatever is not sold, you have to take it. Yep. So that's one of the biggest challenge, and we don't know, I will learn from my fellow panelists after this panel, how are they managing? For me, and for my organization, it's an biggest task, even for buying and merchandising guys here. Right. So it's too challenging, honestly. Never expected that as a set, jaisa bhi bechna padta hai.
Correct, sir. So my next question is to Rohit. Rohit is heading the business at the Bear House, which started pretty much as a D2C brand, built an identity for itself, and then you got into your omni-channel format. You have your own stores, store-in-stores, so on and so forth.
Correct.
So how complex is it for you to manage the demand correctly from all these channels that you sell your inventory on?
So just to give you perspective on the complexity of it, currently we work with about 20,000 plus SKUs. Okay. Across, which is live. And this is not the historical SKU that have passed on. It is something that is actively working. About an option set of about 6,000 odd option into the size set complexity that sir was mentioning. Right. So, it is something that is complex. And as you rightly said, every channel has its own nuances. Like in retail especially, when you have a shop and you have, decided a certain area for the shop and you've dedicated certain thing for it. Even if some of the merchandise is a slow seller, you still need to fill that particular wall, or you still need to, have that particular merchandise because you allocated that space for that thing. So it adds to the layers of complexity. Uh, Having said that, being a new age brand, as I would want to call us as, it's our inherent patent to, be aligned with the new age technology, be it AI, be it in terms of algos, be it machine learning. So we're trying to, create different sets for each and every node of business that we have. And that helps us along with the experience of the planners that we have. And also the, out of all these things is the human emotional intelligence, which differs from brand to brand. So that's the brand DNA which one should not ever leave.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Merchandising is not only a science, it's a big art as well, right? You have to take
Absolutely.
care of art part very carefully. Now I'd like to move to the segment two of our discussion, which is more about regional demand. And I have a question here for Manish. From an e-commerce perspective, right? Do online demand signals help you catch regional demand faster compared to, let's say, if somebody is exclusively offline? Uh, I'd like to hear your thoughts about that.
Definitely, yes. See, e-commerce give us the real-time, consumer data through research, through search engine, through add to cart, through, CTR, through return pattern and consumer return buying behavior. Uh, Online platform, it's not only give you the sale, but it also tell you what customer is actively looking, much before the market even get matured. Whereas in offline, the offline retailer are mostly dependent on the distributor feedback, or maybe the store recycle, store replenishment cycle, or maybe the merchandiser report, or the annual, the maybe monthly sales review. But it will take a longer time to find out the demand changes. For example, if I give you a sneaker, will sell maybe will sell much faster in the cities like Bangalore and Pune, due to the younger tech workforce. Whereas the same sneaker will not or will underperform the cities like Rajasthan or Jaipur, where the ethnic is more trending, or the pattern, the buying pattern is the family-based pattern is dominant. So also online, the e-commerce has made merchandising more pin code driven rather than the state driven. And these kind of changes, e-commerce online platform find out much easier and much faster before the offline do. One more thing now, I think the customer buying behavior are changing. Now they are not, they are less geographical and more lifestyle driven. So again, this type of changes are caught by the online platform much faster. The real competitive advantage is to combine the both world, the online also and offline also. All e-commerce we can use for to get the the faster data driven regional demand pattern, and offline maybe we can use for the long term brand building, or maybe the deeper consumer expectation.
Got it. So now my question is to Vinod again. Vinod, a few of my relatives live in tier two, tier three cities, places near Lucknow like Lakhimpur, Sitapur. Some people might not even have heard of those places.
We would have a store there.
Yes, you have stores there. Zudio stores are there. The feedback that I get from those people is the styles are too modern, right? let's say something that works in a Bangalore or a Bombay doesn't really work in a Lakhimpur or a Sitapur, right? So the question here is that the regional demand seems to be getting very fragmented. And when you decide to open stores in these tier 2, tier 3 cities, how does your decision making happen, right? Is there a clustering that you do? Is there a customer behavior that you look at? How do you arrive at those decisions before when you open the store, when you place the merchandise? What are the thought processes behind that?
Sure. So first of all, I completely agree that it is extremely, extremely fragmented, the entire expectation of the customer as well as how the entire planning has to happen. Also, having said that, it is also important to know as a retailer in the current world that it is not about where the inventory is sitting for us today. It is about how intelligently you are able to allocate and how profitably you are able to convert that inventory into an actual sale is important. Now, keeping that in mind, when we start looking at inventory planning as well as optimization, and obviously multiple systems run through it, the first and foremost, in fact, the idea is to think in layers to start with. The first and the foremost important layer is a national layer itself, where you can't compromise your fashion positioning and neither are you compromising the customer promise. That is the first layer to think. And that is how it works for us also. That we will ensure that the fashion positioning of, let's say, a Zudio in Lakhimpur that you're calling out is not compromised, and it will stand for the fashion promise that it is bringing to the customer. And the customer promise of having the right price and the right product is available. That's the first layer of thinking. Immediately after that, the next layer is where local optimization comes in. Because obviously, through historical trends, through historical sales, you obviously in fashion apparel, the life of a product is a maximum of 8 weeks. But you get to know which silhouette works where, you get to know which color works where, and there are multiple variables that actually come into picture, and you are actually able to get some sense on what works where, and that's where local optimization comes in. And there are so many signals available in the technology systems that we run. For example, we just heard RFID before this. RFID also gives us information on which product is available where and how it is sold and all of that. Then there is sales data that is obviously available. Then there are other variables like what is the inventory levels, what are my target stocks, and so on and so forth. There are enough variables available to know what is the behavior of a product along with that. And hence, it is actually a mix of multiple things coming together that probably defines what should be an assortment inside of that particular store. Again, having said that, it is never going to be accurate. Absolutely. Whatever said and done, I'm yet to find someone who is even 80% accurate for that matter. So it is a difficult task. It is, and as I said in my previous discussion here, that it is always a point of view that we present to our customer. It is our point of view, it is our fashion positioning that we feel that the customer would hopefully like, and that's how the success or failure would come.
That sounds good. I would like to hear the opinion on this regional concept from the other two gentlemen as well. What is your take on regional demand fragmentation, and how do you guys manage it?
So I'll take it first. Firstly, I agree with what he said, is that as a brand DNA, there will be some products. I'll give another brand example, like Uniqlo. They are famous for certain key products that they have. Yeah. Irrespective of the region that you go, let's say even if they open a store in Chennai, okay, the expectation from the consumer may be, okay, this is a brand where I will buy some winter wear because I'm traveling to Europe from there. So sometimes it's so important to make that niche for yourself, have those hero products, which defines your brand and is present uniformly across. Most of these standard retailers and the brands that I've worked with, they have maintained, one customer, one brand philosophy, and the representation throughout, even in online as well. So when you open the page, it will look similar to as a representation from the retail stores as well. So I have the bias towards that. Having said that, for me, regional utilization in the bigger role it plays is on the size set management. because India as a geography is so different from one city to the other, one region to the other. Apart from regional taste and how much print should go to a Rajasthan versus how much check should go to a Hyderabad,
Yep.
it is also important what is the size set which goes where. In AP Telangana kind of a market will have a particular size selling more than versus a northeast market, right?
Right.
So that's my point of view on that.
Got it.
Yeah. So whenever it is coming to the fashion sense of the cities, if we think about that, so this is more relevant for woman wear fashions. The change is very evidently seen. Whenever it is coming to the men's fashion, because I am talking about men's fashion more because I am representing the brand who is having only men's.
Right.
So I'll just speak about the apparel men's. So in apparel means we didn't find much difference in the fashions. So that taking or making a decision while opening a store in tier 2 or tier 3 cities is pretty easy. Yes, there are few certain demographical changes or differences can be seen. Like in north, a typical style works or goes better. The same cannot go in south,
Yep.
and vice versa. So these differences will be always there. That is for sure. And he rightly mentioned about the size set. Different sizes are available in different particular regions. So we have to take care of that as well.
All right, all right. Now I'll open the entire floor for this next segment that I want to cover is the fast fulfillment bit that is all the rage now, right? So I can get a shirt in 5 minutes if I want it from any brand, probably available in all these marketplaces, plus some of the customers' own websites as well, right? How are you guys managing that part of the business? Who decides, the priority of what sells in, what quick commerce channel, right? Where do you catch that demand from? Do you have channels? Uh, is that data shared with you transparently? Do those marketplaces define what to send to them? And overall, how are you handling this fast fulfillment challenge? If not doing yourselves, how are you servicing your channels like Zeptos of the world? You have a fast fulfillment service
No,
already?
I have a point of view with it, but
Yes, please.
we
Why
don't do
people
fast
want?
fashion, by the way.
Yeah.
Uh, my fast fashion is come to my store every Thursday and you'll find something new.
Right.
But having said that, fast fashion, or at least fast fulfillment, as you are calling it out,
Yeah.
is something that is a customer expectation now. I don't think we can challenge that anymore, saying is it really required or is it really profitable or not or anything of that sort. It is a customer expectation, and the Zeptos and the Blinkits of the world has normalized it. I don't think anywhere in the world it is as much normalized as much as it is in India today.
Absolutely.
Right? So that is an expectation from customer. Now, while you are looking at your business and actually doing fast fulfillment as it is being called, whether it is 30 minutes, 4 hours, 20 minutes, whatever is the number of minutes that you want to deliver to customer, one of the most important essence of that is to ensure that you should find a way to remain profitable. Because if that is not the moat of the entire thing, then what are you doing the business for eventually?
Right.
And that's where actually technology comes in. And that's where technology can actually make sure that your right allocations, right order routing, right supply, and maybe the right customer expectation, or maybe the inventory availability has to be done right. Only then it becomes far more attractive for a retailer to actually work with. Otherwise, you can keep burning your money, and at some point in time you'll exhaust it and you're done with it.
Yeah.
So I have a slightly different, like although aligned with it, but a slightly different point of view in this.
Yeah. Right.
See, I feel more than the brand side, the consumers have evolved more. So maybe today also, if you ask someone any retail planner or a business category manager or something. So what will you plan for a Zepto or a Instamart thing? They will say that I'll plan my core, I'll plan my essentials,
Yeah.
I'll plan the entry price product. Whereas if you see, and we see recently, the maximum growth has been in the fashion quick commerce space. Like we already saw, Xylo was there,
Yeah.
Slick is there, Knot is also there in Bombay. Bombay.
You
So
forget
this,
Zillow.
yeah, Zillow is also here. So, I mean, this is the maximum growth business that is happening across. And what are they selling? They are selling pure fashion.
Yeah.
In fact, high fashion that is
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So the management of width versus depth, what we do for a retail outlet is very similar in my mind to a quick commerce, especially a fashion quick commerce play.
Right.
And I mean, that's what working for us in a way. But yeah.
Anything that you're doing at Buckaroo?
See, faster fulfillment is a competitive advantage now. In case of Buckaroo, see, for the faster fulfillment, again, we are using marketplace FCs. Uh, like Mintra, we are using their FCs. Amazon, we are using their FCs so that the product will reach customer much faster. But see, in terms of quick commerce now, they are doing 30-minute delivery or 10-minute delivery. See, as per my view, it's again depend, the adaptation of the fast delivery, again depend on the category specific. For example, a category like essentials, category like beauty, where the fast fashion involved, their speed, that actually related to or impact the conversion. But on the other side, the high-end category or the luxury category, where I feel customer still believe assortment, still believe touch and feel experience more than the speed.
Right. Our time's up, but I'll need a minute more here because we are leaving out a very important topic, which is AI. So everybody these days is talking about AI. Quick one-liner from each of you. What is it that you are doing with AI in your respective businesses when it comes to, let's say, assortment management, planning, any of those things? Let's start with you, sir. We can go from here.
See, in our business in Buckaroo, see, AI we are using for the inventory allocation and replacement across various marketplaces.
Wonderful.
So
Sandeep, sir.
yes, AI is definitely the need of the hour. But before that, currently what we are trying to do is that we are trying to collect our data which are lying in different silos. We are cleaning that data and then we will start the journey. So we can say during Diwali we will do that.
Amazing.
Well, there are a lot of partners talking of automation, end-to-end automation on AI. What we are focused on is how can AI help precision, and how can AI help increase the speed of fulfillment for us. And there is one area that AI, we believe, will not be able to help us on is the emotion and aspiration of the customer.
Absolutely. Sir.
Yeah. So we, being a retailer, are a very young retail company. We have recently started our apparel and retail divisions. So retailer previously known for the only fabric manufacturing and all. Now we are into the
Yes.
apparel retail. So we are establishing the our entire physical setups, and we are not yet ready with the data, a handful data with which we can use the AI. So uh, we will definitely leverage AI, but in coming next few years.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Whenever you're ready.
So I think everything what everyone said, apart from that, preparing for this panel as well. So yeah, of course, each and every aspect of business is where AI today is part of our ecosystem. So yeah,
Right. From creatives to
yeah, yeah,
final stages of
absolutely,
delivery to the customer, everything is
everything,
now
everything.
seeing some parts of AI, right? So our time is already up. We've taken a couple of minutes more. Thank you to all the panelists for their valuable insights, and hope we keep meeting up, discussing these things that help all of our businesses. Thank you so much.